Alright, so what we doing here is I'm going to show you how to change your terminals, your battery terminals, without changing your cable. Alright, I had a problem with no crank or no noise. I basically would turn the key and would get nothing. Go into my car, I would turn the key, nothing. And I'm trying to figure out, what is that? You got people replacing PCMs, ignition modules. You got people replacing and going into their fuse compartments. No. People taking their batteries, finding out that their batteries is fully charged, okay, and trying to figure out what it is. So they going and they replacing all these expensive parts. Tell you what you do. These jokers right here was my battery terminals. Notice the corrosion. This where your no crank come from. Simple. And these right here, now they got lead. See, they got lead, so you want to make sure you use gloves. All right. This one is completed. Basically, what I did, as you can see, your terminals will be on here, and they'll be connected to this wire like that, like so. Basically, you get some old trusty wire cutters. Get your wire cutters and you cut right here. So I showed you right here. I cut. Get a razor first so you don't take too much of the wire down, because of these wires only come up so high. All right. So you take your blade and you cut and you cut and you cut around. Therefore, you would expose the wire. And as you can see here, you don't got to get gold-plated terminals. I just got the gold-plated ones. Shit, I'm tired of my car. So I know that this won't be the reason. These is $10 at the parts store. You can also get a pair for $5, $6. And as you can see, you know, you get the right wrenches for them. As you can see here, I only needed a Phillips screwdriver. Simple tools. And once you cut that wire, of course, these go together, and just like they were in here, as you can see in this old terminal, these were together. These two wires is in here. Now these two wires is going to go in here, which is, they're going to go in that piece right here. As you can see, I already got one done. I cut the wires with the blade, expose some wire, and it goes into the piece where the wire goes. Screw down tight. Boom, they're going to go on my terminal here, and I'm gonna do the same thing with here. Make sure you clean off the corrosion that your terminal caused, that created the corrosion from the battery, because like mine, I got a good battery. So you're trying to sit there and figure out why you're turning the ignition and it's doing nothing. Notice that when you do that though, you turn your headlights on, none of it dims. That's letting you know that you're not getting enough spark from your battery to start your vehicle. All right. The key job of your battery is to start your vehicle. Once your vehicle is started, all the power shifts to the alternator. One way you can know if your alternator is bad or good, that if you get a crank and you get your starter going, you can take the negative off. If your alternator continues to run, you got a good alternator. It's not the alternator. That's a quick way to know you don't got an alternator problem. So before you go to replacing PCMs, ignition modules, replacing all this extra expensive stuff, replace your terminals first. These little jokers right here is what allows the spark to make the car start. You got people replacing starters, all kind of crap. No. You go, You remove your old terminals, because I'm sure your terminals is probably old. These right here look like they've been in the car since 2004. This is a 2004 I'm working on. Look like these has been here forever. This is my problem here, because I noticed that when my car did that, I disconnected the terminals, cleaned off a little bit of corrosion, replaced them, tightened them, and the car started right back up. So it's probably almost always a terminal or issue, battery issue sometimes. Some people, you can go get your battery checked. If the cold cranking amps if it's charged, and it's not turning over, it's not making a sound. This is what it is right here. So I got one. That's basically how you do it. Like I said, you get your blade. Same thing I did here, you'll do here. You slice it with the blade all the way around. Exposed wire on both sides. Very simple. The wire goes in there. You tighten it down. Boom. Tighten it down. Put it. Tighten it back up. Voila. Problem solved. You're welcome.